So the title of this series is Your Roof Probably Sucks. Now, disclaimer on that. This is if your home has its first roof still on it and you've never had a re-roof. And I don't care if you're living in a $200,000 home or $1 million home. Builders generally do the same thing when they're putting on roofs. Builders go out and hire the cheapest labor they can find, who they don't necessarily know exactly what they're doing, and they put on the cheapest shingle they can find, because most homeowners don't have any knowledge of what a good roof is, and they can save a lot of money on the roof. So when they do that, a lot of times they're putting on a 3-tab shingle. See our series, 3-tab shingles suck, for more information on that. Or even if they put on a dimensional, they put on a cheap one and they use cheap components. Like they'll use cheap pipe boots where your pipes come up and they have to have a boot around them so that water doesn't get in. They use cheap hip and ridge shingles on it. They use cheap venting. They use plastic vents that breaks down underneath the Texas sun. They're just trying to get every dollar that they save is a dollar for them, and you won't know the difference, and so they get away with it. A lot of times with the new build construction, there's certain neighborhoods that are worse than others, and I know because I'm in them all the time doing repairs. They don't do good flashing, or they don't do any flashing at your sidewalls or in your valleys, or they don't extend the flashing to get the water away from the house when it comes off. They used to skip drip edge, but they can't do that anymore because now drip edge is code. But for years and years and years, they didn't put any metal drip edge on any of the houses. And drip edge is what protects the fascia from rotting out when it gets water on it constantly from the rain. So any corner they can cut, they cut. Chimneys are another one. They don't do a good job on chimneys, and probably our number one source for leaks are chimney leaks. You really need to know what you're doing when you do the flashing on the chimney. And when you're building the house is the best time to do it right, because the flashing actually has to get behind the siding or the stucco or the brick or whatever you're using, and doing it as an afterthought, it looks like you did it as an afterthought because you did. So in summary, if you have the original roof on your house, it's totally not your fault. Actually, honestly, when I bought my house, I had a terrible roof on my house. It only lasted 10 years on a 20-year shingle, and finally had to replace it after my daughter said, "Mommy, how come we have the ugliest roof in New Braunfels?" So that shamed me into doing it. So if you have your original roof, it's probably not the best, and you should just be aware, beware. Keep looking at your ceilings, especially around your chimney and around your pipes, and make sure that you're not leaking. And you might want to have a roofer just come check it out.